Hey everybody, welcome to hashtag Truth Movie Reviews. I hope you're having a great time. I hope these have kind of been entertaining for you. I hope for a lot of things, but it is what it is. Moving right along with our Star Wars review saga. Sorry, I'm checking my notes and stuff. I write all this stuff out so I don't just start babbling for a long time. Anyways, moving on to Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the final movie, the one that we've been building up for a few years now. We're finally going to see Anakin make that final turn to become Darth Vader. We're going to see all this epic stuff. So there was a lot kind of riding on this film when it came out. So me and my buddies went and saw it at midnight. Again, I think I started a trend there, or I started seeing a bunch of movies the midnight premiere. So, anyway, so first thing, Lucas kind of shied away from it in the first two, but he finally went back to some space battles. Oh my goodness. First two Star Wars films, there wasn't a lot. Finally, in this one, he hits us right in the face with it. It opens in the middle of a space battle. So if you're doing a Star Wars film, we got to have space battles. So he brought that back. It was really good. We finally got to see Anakin as like a master pilot. It was awesome. The lightsaber fighting I thought was really good. The choreography there. That was one thing in episode 2. There wasn't a whole lot of lightsaber dual fights, and I thought, there was just the one at the end. This one had a lot more throughout. Finally, we have more character development in this one. I thought in episode 2 there wasn't very much character development. Finally, in this one, we have more character development. Not just Anakin, but we're finally seeing a lot of the other characters in the film are finally changing and growing, and that's one thing that we want to see. Also, like the inner struggle with Anakin was really good. I thought Lucas was doing a really good build up. Him and Padme have kind of secretly got married, so that he's dealing with keeping that a secret from the Jedi Order. She's trying to keep it secret from all the senators and stuff like that. And so we're seeing that. And then he's having the dreams and the visions of her dying and stuff. And so we're seeing there's a lot of really great story developing and really great conflict going on. So it was setting up to be really good. Um, Seeing Senator Palpatine becoming the Emperor and stuff like that. I think in episode 2 we kind of saw that, we kind of figured it out. So the turn was it was there. Some dislikes, and this is I talked about it in the last video. This is kind of where the slower pacing in episode 2 kind of caught up to Lucas, I think, in episode 3, was the turn started taking way too long. He spent an entire movie not building a lot of conflict, and all of a sudden he's got 2 hours to do a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it was a busy movie, and I feel like some of it was too fast, that it ruined some of the continuity of the story. Um, they in episode 2 they built that great tension where Anakin's mom died. If you remember, I talked about that. And so this one, he's having the visions of something happening to Padme, and it's like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen to Padme. It's going to be this terrible turn. It's going to be this terrible thing. She's going to die. He's going to blame Jedi. And we get there, and all of a sudden, it just becomes he's having a dream, and he doesn't want. It kind of fell flat. Like I said, I think that's just the pacing of episode 2 kind of ruined a lot of the pacing in episode 3. I thought it could have been better. And again, with the pacing, it ruins some of the continuity with it. For instance, how does Leia remember what her mom looks like? If you remember in Return of the Jedi, she says, my mother was very beautiful, and all this stuff. Well, how does she remember her mom when she died shortly after giving birth to the twins? So, and then why does Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was there at the birth, remember Luke but completely forgets about Leia? He says that boy was our last hope, and Yoda goes, no, there was another. Why didn't Obi-Wan Kenobi remember Leia being born? So anyways, like I said, I feel like this movie could have been broken up. Not like Star Wars Episode 3, Part 1, Part 2, but I think he could have taken part of this movie and pushed it into Episode 2, it would have fixed some of the pacing in episode 2, because episode 2 is a long. It's only 2 hours, but it feels like a really long movie. And it gets really slow because of all the plot talking. Um, and then like I feel like he could have stretched this one out just a little bit more. You know, he's got to kill off the Jedi Order. The Sith have to take over. It's got to be go from being a republic to the Empire, and um, it just a lot of stuff like the first half of the movies, everything's okay, and then I feel like the last half he's sped it up like 100 times. He's got to hurry up and get all this stuff done. We can't have any stuff, and I feel like that's where the pacing and the story continuity really suffered a little bit on this one. Um, I will say that Princess or Padme's got that epic line where she goes, you know, this is how liberty dies, and thunderous applause. I thought that was a really great line. So good job there, George. Um, I also like went through because, like I said, I'm a fan, so I watched like the special edition stuff, the special features, and I evidently there was a scene that he cut, and it's where like Padme and Senator Organa and some of the other they become the you know part of the rebellion. That's they meet and they're literally talking about like we have to rebel against the empire. And for some reason, I don't know why he cut that because I watch it and I'm like, this would have been such a great scene to kind of help that continuity clear up between episode 3 and episode 4. And even now, like we have Rogue One and stuff like that, and um, it's not that great because we still don't know like why did they decide they needed to just rebel against the empire and stuff like that. So um, this movie for it's still like I said, all the movies. John Williams did a great job music wise. The music's everywhere it needs to be. It's interesting that weird bubble show thing that Anakin's talking to the Emperor with uh, is really a really unique sounding stuff. So um, I thought there were parts of it that were really really good, but then there were some parts of it that just felt really rushed. I will say that lightsaber battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan, if that's not like, it's like one of my top 5 favorite fight scenes in a movie. And again, we have the fight scene with Yoda and the Emperor in the chambers. I thought that was a really unique use of the different objects and stuff like that. So um, overall, it was a good film. I won't say it was great. It was good. It's I'll watch it. I don't mind watching it. It's like I said, it's entertaining. I just felt like kind of the sins that he committed in episode 2, as far as like the pacing and the storytelling, kind of caught up to him in this one, and um, almost like it felt kind of like he didn't really have a big plan for these 3. He just was kind of doing it, and all of a sudden he gets to the third one, and he's like, "Oh wow, we got so much we got to do." Um, I feel like if they would have had more of an overall plan, maybe it might have helped. And I could be wrong. He might have had it planned, and that's what he wanted the whole time. So I don't know. That's just like I said. This is what my opinion was on the film. So um, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give episode 3 like a 6 out of 10. It's something you can watch, you can enjoy. Um, there's a few things like I said that I feel like had episode 2 been more well put together and paced a lot better, that this movie probably would have not suffered from just that tragedy, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, um, so yeah, we'll move on. My next video will be episode 4, and we'll keep moving right along, getting through these. I hope you're enjoying them. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. I'm going to try to upload these hopefully um, every day or every other day. I haven't decided yet. So, but I hope you like it. I hope it keeps going. And again, in the description, I'll have the email address so you can send me movies you'd like to see me review, and we can talk about. So, um, also check out Perception Media if you have a church or something that needs some sound equipment worked on or some visual stuff like projectors or TVs mounted. Get a hold of them. If you know someone that is, please shoot them there. If you have a company and you'd like to be sponsored on here, just shoot me an email to that email address in the comments. See you guys later. Have a great night.